Yo, what's up guys? My name is Top5Dude. Today we'll be counting down the top 5 people you won't believe actually exist. Quickly before we start, the hashtag to win one of the 3 shoutouts at the end of my next video will be Sneeze. All you have to do is leave a comment down below including that hashtag and be subscribed to my channel. With that said, let's jump right on into the list. Number 5. Starting today's list off, we have a 4-year-old boy who has a rare medical condition that makes him look like an old man. Now, the doctors were not able to diagnose him with a disease because he's probably the only one so far that has this weird condition. If he already looks this old at the age of 4, then I'm honestly really curious what he will look like when he's like 50 years old.
Looks are deceiving. Meet Bazid from Bangladesh. He's only 4 years old, but his sagging skin and wrinkles make him look like an old man, kind of like Benjamin Button. Bazid's mother gave birth to him at 14 years old and wanted to abandon her child at first, then realized he deserved a normal life like any other kid. Because of Bazid's condition, there are some health complications. Doctors in the country are stumped and have yet to diagnose him with the disease. Some believe Bazid can make a full recovery, but expensive medication could hold up treatment. For now, he's just a kid who wants to remain one.
Number 4. Moving on, we have a woman whose body completely froze. Now, for some reason, the muscles in this woman's body got locked and she basically cannot move herself around without the help of her husband. She's literally a prisoner in her own body, which must suck really bad, especially when you had a normal and fun life before this happened.
Her next step was to plan her wedding with Brian. Instead, her life 3 years ago was interrupted by a devastating medical condition, an illness that caused her muscles to lock up and has left her barely able to walk. And it is Brian who carries her. Christy's story in many ways is now about a search for a diagnosis, so she can resume her life with the fiancé who stuck by her as she was robbed of the existence she knew.
You feel as if your body's being crushed.
Yeah.
And by gravity or just by...
I feel like, I don't know, like something's on me right now. I feel like this is prison. I mean, I'm a prisoner in my body. I'm a prisoner in bed.
She is imprisoned as well in this room where she spends most of her day and keeps a simple list of priorities.
On the wall behind me, you've put resolutions and sayings.
Yeah.
Christy's resolutions for this year and Brian's for this year. Get healthy enough to be able to leave the condo, stay positive, keep hope, and always keep Brian as my first priority.
I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for him.
Right now, all my attention and focus and goals right now are getting...
Number 3. Next up, we have a 24-year-old guy who found out he got abducted at the age of 5. Now, he was totally unaware of that he was actually abducted until the police found out he was using the same security number. It must be really confusing knowing that the people that raised you aren't actually your parents and that your mom and dad have been missing you for the last 19 years.
The unraveling of a long, winding, and weird custody battle. It's the story of a 24-year-old thought to be missing for decades, now found a grown married man. How did police track him down after all these years, and what exactly happened? Here's ABC's John Mueller.
It's a lot for me to take in.
24-year-old Richard Landers Jr. just received a bombshell. Police say his grandparents, who reportedly raised him nearly all his life, actually abducted him when he was just 5 years old.
Until I actually get to walk up and say hello to him again, I don't know that it's going to be real.
His father, Richard Landers Sr., is shocked. His mother, Lisa Harder, was apparently jumping for joy when she heard her little boy, not so little anymore, was out there, alive and well, now married, and expecting a child of his own. Landers' incredible story started nearly 2 decades ago after his parents went through a bitter divorce. His mother reportedly living in a car. Police say his paternal grandparents, unhappy with the custody proceedings, took him from his home in Walcottville, Indiana, and brought him 675 miles away to Long Prairie, Minnesota. Police say all three changed their names but forgot Richard's social security number, and that's how police finally tracked him down.
A young man living in the state of Minnesota actually was using the social security number. Doing further checking on who this person was, he had the same exact date of birth.
Authorities traced the numbers to this property in Browerville, Minnesota, where Richard Landers Jr. was residing as Michael Jeff Landers. His grandparents also living on the property. Police say it appears there were no signs he was ever...
Number 2. Moving on, we have a girl who literally sneezes around 12,000 times a day. When she starts sneezing, she just cannot seem to stop for some reason. Now, I could imagine kids being mean to her simply because she's sneezing all the time. The worst thing is that her sneeze also sounds like a laser beam or something, which I personally think is quite funny, to be honest.
Thornley started sneezing a month ago, and she hasn't been able to stop. Just listen to her. The schoolgirl who lives outside Houston sneezes 12,000 times a day. Sometimes the 7th grader can't complete a sentence.
Some kid ends up making fun of me or something like that, and it just gets...
The only time the sneezing seems to slow down is when Caitlin listens to music, specifically the Beatles.
Even in my dreams, I sneeze.
For now, it's a medical mystery. Doctors have ruled out allergies or a virus. Until they figure it out, Caitlin can't go to school. We've seen this phenomenon before. Remember this teenager who couldn't stop sneezing? Even at her prom, some kids laughed at her. This teenager also suffered from serial sneezing. This is Lauren Johnson today. Turns out she had a rare tic similar to obsessive-compulsive behavior that apparently started with a strep throat infection. Lauren has this advice for Caitlin.
I tell her just to keep going, don't let people get her down.
I don't care what they do, I just want it to stop. It's been going on for way too.
Number 1. On the number 1 spot today we have a girl who cannot feel any pain whatsoever. Now it obviously would be nice to not feel any pain because you know who actually likes pain? Barely anyone. But then again, if you think about it, it's actually really dangerous. If you are really sick, you won't even be able to feel anything, which could cause you to lose your life if it's something life-threatening.
First in this half hour, an inspiring story about a young girl with a condition so rare that no one, not even experts, know how many people it affects. It's known as CIPA, the inability to feel any physical pain. And that 12-year-old girl is using her diagnosis to make a difference. GMA special contributor Cameron Matheson had a chance to spend some time with her. Here's her story.
What if pain, the thing that parents try hardest to protect their children from, what if that was the thing your child needed most?
Everyone's like, oh, what a good baby you have. But as time went on, the red flags started going up.
From the moment she was born, Ashlyn Blocker didn't cry when she was hungry or had diaper rash, or even when, at just 8 months old, her parents took her to the eye doctor.
When they put the dye in her eye, everyone just kind of gasped. She had a big corneal abrasion across her eye. They were astonished she wasn't in pain.
It was then her parents got the shocking, devastating news. Their baby couldn't feel any pain.
These were all the videos for today, guys. Let me know down below which one you thought was the most unbelievable out of this list. As always, I'll be giving 3 shoutouts. The first shoutout goes to The Challenge Kids. The second shoutout will go to Pro Gamer. And the last shoutout goes to Felix Lewis 086. Go check out their channels if you have some free time. If you do, then don't forget to comment something on one of their videos saying something like top 5 dudes send you. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If so, then you know what to do. Smash that like button like always. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.